For over 5,000 years, this one verse has confused everyone who encountered it. Philosophers have debated it. Scholars have written thousands of pages trying to explain it. Scientists studying consciousness have stumbled upon it and walked away baffled. It sounds like a riddle. It reads like a contradiction. And every time you think you've understood it, another layer reveals itself. I've been reading this verse for years, and honestly, I'm still discovering new dimensions in it. Today, I'm going to present this verse to you. Then I'm going to ask you to solve it before I explain what I believe it actually means. Let's see if you can crack what has puzzled humanity for millennia. In chapter 4, verse 18 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men. He is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities." Inaction in action, action in inaction. Read that again slowly. How can there be inaction inside of action? How can there be action inside of inaction? These are opposites. By definition, they cannot coexist. If you're acting, you're not inactive. If you're inactive, you're not acting. Yet Krishna says the intelligent person sees both simultaneously, and not only sees them, but through this seeing, achieves transcendence while still engaged in all activities. What does this mean? Before I break it down, pause for a moment. Think about it. What do you think Krishna is pointing to? Let me show you why this verse has confused so many people. The first interpretation most people reach. It's about being detached while working, doing your job without caring about results. That's partially true, but it doesn't explain the verse. It doesn't tell us how action literally contains inaction, how someone sitting still is actually acting. The second interpretation, it's about intention. Your actions are really inactions if they're selfless. Your inactions are really actions if they have selfish intent. Again, partially true. But this still doesn't solve the core riddle. How is action literally inaction? How are they the same thing? Some scholars gave up and called it poetry. Beautiful language not meant to be taken literally. But Krishna specifically says, the one who sees this is intelligent among men. Not the one who appreciates the poetry, the one who actually perceives this truth. He's pointing to something real, something perceivable, something that transforms you when you finally see it. What is it? Here's where this gets fascinating. Modern physics encountered a similar paradox and still can't fully resolve it. At the quantum level, particles exist in superposition. They're simultaneously in multiple states until observed. Something can be moving and not moving at the same time, until consciousness interacts with it. Scientists found this disturbing. It violated everything they understood about reality. The observer effect proved that the act of observation itself changes what's being observed. The line between the watcher and the watched became blurred. Neuroscientists studying consciousness hit the same wall. When they look for the doer inside the brain, the one initiating action, they can't find it. Decisions appear in brain scans before the person consciously makes them. So who's acting? Is there even a doer? Or is action happening while the sense of being a doer is an illusion? What's remarkable is that 5,000 years ago, Krishna articulated this exact paradox, and he didn't just present it as a problem, he presented it as a solution. See this correctly, and you transcend while still engaged in all activities. Let me give you the first key to unlocking this. Watch your own experience right now. Your eyes are moving across these words. Your brain is processing language. Understanding is arising. All of this is happening. But who is doing it? Are you making your eyes move? Or are they moving on their own and you're witnessing it? Are you generating understanding? Or is understanding simply appearing while you watch? Look closely. Really closely. Action is definitely occurring. But when you search for the actor, the one making it happen, what do you find? You find awareness, watching, present, but not actually doing anything. The body acts, the mind thinks, words are processed, understanding arises, and awareness simply observes. This is inaction in action. Action is happening everywhere. But the true you, consciousness itself, isn't doing any of it. It's simply present while doing happens. Krishna isn't speaking philosophically. He's describing what you can verify right now in your own experience. Now the other half. Action in inaction. Picture a person sitting perfectly still, meditating, no movement, complete external inaction. But what's happening inside? Heart pumping, blood flowing, neurons firing, cells dividing, a universe of activity sustaining what looks like stillness. That's the surface level. Go deeper. Even in perfect mental stillness, no thoughts, no movement, no effort, awareness is present. And that presence is an activity. Being itself is a verb. Consciousness shining. Existence existing. This isn't passive. This is the most fundamental action in the universe, the action of being. When everything stops, something remains. And that remaining isn't nothing. It's the ground of all action, silently active in what appears to be complete stillness. A corpse is truly inactive. A meditating sage is explosively active, just not in ways the eyes can see. This is action in inaction. What looks like nothing happening is actually everything happening at the most fundamental level. Now let's bring both keys together. When you act in the world, working, speaking, moving, your body and mind are engaged. But you, as awareness, are not the doer. You're the space in which doing happens. Inaction in action. The unmoving witnessing the moving. When you sit in stillness, no external engagement, your being itself radiates existence. Presence presences. Awareness illuminates. Action in inaction. The stillness that is dynamically alive. The intelligent person Krishna describes doesn't just understand this conceptually. They see it directly. They live from this recognition. And here's why it creates transcendence. If you are the doer, you're bound by karma. Every action chains you to its consequences. You're trapped in cause and effect, action and reaction, endlessly. But if you are the awareness in which action happens, not the actor but the witness, then action occurs but doesn't bind you. Like a movie playing on a screen. The screen isn't affected by what appears on it. This is liberation while still engaged. Transcendence without withdrawal. Freedom in the middle of full participation. I've seen people try to stop acting to become spiritual. They think doing less creates more peace. But Krishna is saying the opposite. Stay engaged in all activities. Just see correctly who's actually doing them. You're not the actor. You never were. When this lands, not as belief but as direct seeing, something shifts permanently. Stress loosens. Because the one who was stressed was the false doer. Anxiety releases. Because the one worried about outcomes was the imaginary actor. You keep working. Keep creating. Keep participating fully. But something in the center is forever at rest. Watching. Present. Untouched. That's what Krishna was pointing to. That's what this verse unlocks. The most mysterious verse in the Bhagavad Gita isn't actually a puzzle to solve intellectually. It's a pointer to look at your own experience differently. Right now, as you finish this video, actions are occurring, thoughts are arising. But you, the awareness knowing all of this, have never moved. Inaction in action. Action in inaction. You didn't need to solve it. You needed to see it. And now that the seeing has been pointed to, you can verify it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Look directly. Who's actually doing? That investigation is where the real understanding begins. Subscribe if this opens something you want to explore further.